Okay, so now we're at the end of the season. Go back, can you take us back to the beginning of the season and just kind of bring us through key points in your mind that stand out in the growth and development of the squad?
Yeah, I mean, I remember sitting here last year, like almost in tears, just so disappointed in how it ended and my performance and da da da. And this year, like even with last night, I can sit here with like my head held high because I know what our growth has been, and starting 0-6 and starting two rookies and seeing Fee come back from injury, like we were just so resilient all season long. And I'm just so incredibly proud of this group and how we continue to grow, continue to believe in each other, continue to just figure it out and enjoy the process. And yeah, I mean, it sucks obviously losing at home and da 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 da, but where we are right now and where we can potentially be is it makes me excited, it makes me happy, and it gives me a lot of joy. But this group is really special, and I think that was the hardest part about everything is just knowing that this group might not be exactly as it is next year. And obviously we take the great pieces that we've built with Dorky, Diamond, we throw Tiff in there. But where we're going is a really special place, and I'm excited to be a part of it.
I asked this question of Fee earlier.
Hmm.
Is there any one moment where the team kind of flipped the switch and said, hey, we kind of get this now and really gelled? Is there one moment that you can kind of point to?
I mean, there's a lot of moments. I would say, when Fee went down, when Fee had that injury, and we went to New York, Connecticut, and we won those games. As much as Fee has been a part of it, I think everybody had a different belief and understanding of who we were. Because when your best player goes down, everybody has to do more, right? And they have to kind of step up and step into who they are. And I think that we kind of carried that in the rest of the season. Through the ups and downs, we lost some games that we didn't want to lose. But I think we really figured out what our toughness was like and what our grit was like. Um, and it made me happy. You see Diamond, you see Dorky, you see these, you just watch these young kids grow and you watch our team grow, and we just have great people. So I think that was a moment for me as one of the oldest, I guess you would say. I'm 31, but as the oldest, you see those moments and you're like, wow. Like, you see the growth, you see the camaraderie, you see the chemistry, you see just the belief in one another. And those are the moments that you love as being part of a team.
Kayla, every time you've mentioned the rookies here, you've almost started laughing.
Those are my dogs. I love them. Shout out Dorky, shout out Diamond. I love them.
And you've spoken continuously this season about how much you enjoy playing with them and being around them. You've been around a lot of players in this league.
Yes.
What do you think makes them so unique individually and as a group of rookies? And what makes you so excited to go battle alongside them?
And I want to piggyback that because I started a league and Becky Hammond was my vet. Like people don't realize that. Like Becky Hammond, Sophia Young Malcolm, Danielle Adams, Danielle Robinson, those are like my vets. So when I talk about Dorky and Diamond, I also had rookies in Asia Wilson, Jackie Young, and Kelsey Plum. So it can go both ways. Like being the rookie and then also having rookies. And I'm at such an amazing place in my life where I know who I am as a player, as a leader, as a woman, and to be able to embrace them and give to them in like so many immense ways. And I just appreciate them for exactly as they are. And they can feel that. And obviously I'm the oldest of four too. I talk about this all the time, but they're like my sisters, like my little baby sisters. So I appreciate every moment of growth, and I let them know that. And I think that that's been the biggest difference is just being able to show them love even when it's hard, even when they don't feel like they're doing well enough. Or Diamond's in the locker room yesterday, like, I'm sorry guys, like you know what I'm saying, like, and I'm like, sorry for what? Like you guys had like record-breaking rookie seasons, like don't hold your head on that, like. You guys have done amazing things this season, and just continue to see their growth. They're both going overseas, respectfully, to Gior and Skio and doing their thing, and I can't wait to watch their growth. Like I told Dorky when she comes to Skio, like, come stay with me. I'll take you to dinner. I'll do this, do that. And so I love them as humans first, and I think that they can feel that. But I'm so excited to see where they continue to go, in their careers and their journeys, and just as women and as players too.
I don't need to tell you, how rare it is for someone at 31 to be still in the league, let alone doing it at a really high level.
I just finished my 10th season, guys.
What allowed you think, this season to continue to grow as much as you did? It's pretty rare for someone to grow in as much as you did this season, at least from what Cheryl had said and all your teammates have said.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, last year I was up here in tears, and I think it was more disappointment in myself than anything, and so it was really about looking inward, and what can I give. I didn't know Dorky and Dime were gonna come. I didn't know what Fee was gonna be like coming back, but it was more so like, how can I maximize who I am and who I'm trying to be for this team? And thankfully Claire and Cheryl gave me an extension, whatever. But I think the principle, and even just talking to them, is just like the growth and the maturity and just being able to give of myself was so huge. Everybody knows me as a player, as a scorer, as a shooter, whatever. But it was so much more about the leadership and what I could give of myself to make this team better. And I wasn't thinking like that last year, and I was talking about even the last couple of years. When you're in it, when you're 25, 26, you're trying to prove yourself. You're trying to do this, trying to do that, trying to be an all-star, trying to do that. And where I'm at and the security that I have in myself, the maturity that I have in myself is just being what I need to be for this group. And how can we maximize that? And I think that was the thing that I was always telling myself, through the good and bad, was just continuing to be the best version of myself for them. And that translated into whatever it looked like, with me and Fee, and building that trust with her, that chemistry with her, Dorky, Diamond, Tiff, Rachie, Bridge. It's not just one aspect. It's not just what you guys see. It's daily, it's constant, it's in practice, whatever. And that's something, like I said, that I can be proud of, for sure.
In this team this season, consistently played to a level greater than the sum of its parts, and you've played on a lot of different teams, probably teams that have gotten along really well, teams that maybe haven't gotten along quite as well. Can you explain just what the value of how much you enjoyed being around one another really led to the success and how you guys were able to exceed expectations on the floor?
Yeah, we just have so much love for each other and respect for each other. It was really about our locker room. Everybody keeps talking about this 0-6 thing, but we were really 0-6. Coming to practice 0-6 is not fun, especially with Cheryl, and she knows that. So, coming into practice 0-6 and still finding joy in the moment, it's about the people that you're with, right? And so that's what led us to 40 minutes from the semis. Same thing. So I just have a really strong belief in having great people, great teammates, great women around you. You can really do anything. And being able to hold people accountable. Like I said again, the trust and the chemistry that I built with Fee. And it's like all the other parts, from Chuck to Brandy to Katie, BB, EP, all those things matter. And I think that we were just so invested in one another, and that's why you saw us even having a chance to be in this position against a great team yesterday. Is not because of just the X's and O's, but just because we just showed up for one another each and every day. And it's crazy. As you get older, you just kind of value the moments, and that it might not ever look the same. That the locker room might not ever look the same way it does today or yesterday or whatever. And I just really appreciate each and every one of them for just showing up every day, willing to give of themselves to put us in this position. So I'm really thankful for them. And it sucks. We all want to be in the semis. We all want to continue this thing and have another week together and whatever. But just really appreciative of the memories and just being in that locker room every day. It was really special.
And last one for you, two-parter here. I know you're going back to Istanbul. You're bringing Nina with you.
And Fee.
And
just a little bit, but yeah.
How much longer do you?
I don't know if I was supposed to say that, but I did. She signed it, so it's fine.
How much longer do you anticipate maintaining, an 11, 12-month competitive calendar?
Boy.
And then I know there's a couple of USAB windows in between now and next season. Is that something that you hope to be able to make it back for and participate in?
Yeah, I'm dwindling down on my overseas experience. I know that. You know, being 31 and signing an extension, like I really want to give everything I have to Minnie. So whether it's this year or next, I'm pretty much, dwindling. I know I'm dwindling down when it comes to overseas. I really appreciate being in Istanbul. It's given me so much growth and maturity and winning and whatever. But as far as USAB, it's something that's always been on my mind. Paris 2024 is something that, being in my early 30s, I know that that clock is ticking, and it is something that I want to be a part of. And just being able to show up, and who I am now, and in whatever aspect that is, just being where my feet are, continue to grind, continue to show up, be myself, and when the opportunity comes, be ready for it.
Going to the Zoom with Howard.
What's up, Howard? Obviously, it's hard to replace good people. I think that's been such a motto for us is showing people, have people show up and do their thing and whatever. But obviously, we want to continue to add to that. We want to continue to add to our what we built this year with experience, and also like grit, toughness, work ethic, whatever, and just a winning mentality. Obviously, we'll always take players like that, but I really liked our growth, and where we started and where we got to. Obviously, that was a huge leap. Starting 0-6, doing all that, whatever. But championship is the goal, and we do want to be able to have those pieces and bring people in that really want and buy in, just like we have right now. Our locker room is really special, and so like having to maneuver around that is not my job. That's way above my pay grade. But also knowing how special it was this year, I know the staff and everybody's going to be looking at that and being like, we want to have that same thing. So whoever does come here, we want to continue on that same path of having great people and people that we can build with, people that we can hold accountable, and people that want to win, and that believe in what we're doing here. So as long as we have that and keep that as the main thing, sky's the limit. Yeah, I mean, they're both playing overseas, which I'm really excited about. Like I said, I get to see Dorky overseas in Italy, and get to see Diamond over there in Hungary. And as somebody who's really embraced being overseas, it's a time to get better. It's a time to really see what you're made of, see where you're at, and where you can grow. And so I'm really excited to see their jump and their maturity. I think they've had amazing record-breaking rookie seasons as is. And so just to see how far they can push themselves into who we need them to be, I'm really, really excited for that. They're just great humans. They're literally like my kids, I swear to God. But I'm just really excited to see them grow, not only as players but as women too. When you go overseas and you're on your own and, you have a little bit different responsibility, you're in different countries, it's a growth process. And I'm excited to see how they continue to mature and how we can continue to build off that when they come back here to Minnesota.
Any further questions for K-Mac?
I feel like I've been talking a lot. Dang. I could talk about Dorky and Diamond all day. Make sure you let them know that. I love them. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Okay, another question I asked Fee earlier. If you were to rate this season as underperformed, met expectations, or exceeded expectations, what grade would you give the squad for this year, and why?
Obviously the expectation you come in is always a championship. you know. Realistically, we knew where we were. I think overall, like I think Fee had an MVP caliber season, which carried us a lot. Like her back was hurting at the end of the season because she was carrying us all year. You know what I'm saying? But I think from where we were till now, I would give us like an 8.5, just because of our resilience, you know, and the toughness and that we continue to show. And I think we proved a lot of people wrong. Like I saw some things in the beginning that had us like 10th, 11th in the standings. And to be 40 minutes from the semis is insane. Starting 2 rookies. And so I think that shout out coach and the staff for having us prepare for every game and motivating us and pushing us. But also just us for showing up, you know. And that's not easy. It's not an easy thing to do in this league. There's only 12 teams. It's 150 players, 144 players. And showing up every day, every game is hard to win. And to say you're a little bit under 500 and give yourself a chance to be in the semis, I would give us like 8.5, just for our resilience. It's not a championship. It's not, you know, where we want to be, but also just the belief that we have in each other and what we were able to accomplish is really, really amazing. And I'm just super proud of this group. Like, I'm very, very proud, especially being one of the oldest. Like, it's like being a proud big sis, you know? And just seeing our growth and what we were able to accomplish, it's amazing.
Okay, and then at Connecticut, Coach pointed to both you and Fee and said Batman and Robin.
Mm-hmm.
So have you and Fee decided who's Batman and who's Robin?
Depends on the day. You can ask Fee. And me and Fee are both, like, into Marvel and stuff, too. Like, obviously, that's DC, but we're both into, like, superhero movies and nerd stuff like that, too. So I would say sometimes it's Batman. I'm Batman, and she wants to be Robin. And other days, it's opposite. Just depends on the day. And like I said, I think we've just built such a camaraderie and a respect and trust with one another that it doesn't really matter who's Batman and Robin. We just kind of go out there and do it, you know? And we understand, and we just have a lot of love for each other and each other's games, and we kind of coexist that way. So I'm going to say that I'm Batman just because I'm older.
Thank you, Kayla.
Thanks, guys.